All right. What's up, everybody? That will be watching this on replay and that'll be joining us shortly. We're going live tonight with another episode of the Giveaway Show. It's Carlos here with What's Up, Mr. Nash? Oh,
Damn,
my.
Mr. Nash in here already?
Mr. Nash was waiting for this one. He's like, yes.
Oh man, Mr. Nash.
He's like, let me get in here and just hang out with these guys. All right, Mr. Nash, it's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here. I am back. Stop it. So stop. All right. So yeah, man. It's good to have you with us, man. We got somebody else joining us. We're still trying to do this. We've had a little bit of technical difficulties going on right now, figuring out.
Mr. Nash, I hope you win tonight, man. Hope you win those giveaways tonight,
I'd
man.
say
You
his
the
odds.
first one.
I'd say his odds are pretty good right now. So, but yeah, so we're gonna give it a second for some other people to join in, and we're gonna talk a little bit about what do you call it, about StreamYard, no, not StreamYard, CGC submissions tonight. And so I'm glad that you got to join us and you came back. I was out with I've been out with COVID, and but am on the mend and feeling better and kind of getting back into the swing of things. So I decided let's go ahead and do our regular weekly show and see if there's some folks that come that show up with us for it.
There you go. You know what? Thank you, Mr. Nash, because I've been telling this guy since I've been doing these giveaways, man. He makes it seem like, man, we're just trying to relax, have a good time, not these essay questions that he comes up with.
All right, so I just sent that link, resent that link. Yeah, no, we've had some. What's up, Jeff Mathis?
Jeff!
It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna go live tonight. I know there's a bunch of different shows going on, and other auctions and stuff like that. But we always like to get together, hang out, spend a few minutes online together, and hopefully have some people that join us and and get to participate and maybe tonight get some questions answered. So because I know the CGC submission process can be a little bit tricky. So we're going to be giving out some knowledge, just some experience, because we're just guys that submit stuff and buy and sell comics and collect comics just like everybody else. So that's the perspective we're coming with. And then we've also got somebody coming on who does a lot of submissions. Quick note for tonight's giveaway. Yes, you did see it correctly on the graphics. What's up, Wayways? It's good to see you. All right, we are giving away another copy of Punchline Number 1. This is the Peach Momoko exclusive that was given to us by the Comic Vault. And then the other giveaway for the night, we're going to be giving away the hot book from last week, Thor Number 20, the first appearance of the argued, debatable, whatever first appearance of the God of Hammers. So we're going to be giving this away tonight. Both of these books are going to be given away tonight for free. They will be shipped out. I had gotten a little bit behind on shipping books out, but I've gotten to send out a couple packages, and I've got a couple more to go out. And
Oh, there's somebody here, Carlos.
I see that. Let me go ahead and add
We
him.
got the man, the myth, the legend.
Here he is. He is. Right. What is that magazine or that blog?
Welcome, Strictly Comics.
What's up, Strictly Comics?
He's not saying nothing.
He's sitting back. He's watching.
All you guys are making him shy.
He's like, "Is this what
You
they
guys hear
do?"
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can't hear you.
So so Strictly is going to give us a little bit of knowledge on just kind of the submission process. I'll have just some questions from him. Nothing really scripted, but we are going to just kind of roll with it and see if he can drop some wisdom and some knowledge on us. So I showed you all the 2 giveaways that we've got. Also, to make you aware, this Friday night at 10 p.m. Central, my recommendations for the top 10 Silver Surfer books to pick up will be on. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys, and just my picks for some Silver Surfer books. I hope there's some cool ones that you enjoy, and that you can find that are pretty cool. Don't worry, he's coming. Hey, some quick
Yeah.
shout outs.
Tell them, Mr. Nash, come out and play. Come on, man.
Let me give you all a couple quick shout outs. So, Mr. Nash, thank you. Mr. Nash was the first to message on Instagram, find out if we were going to be here. Also, the first to be here in the chat to hang out with us.
Thank you, Mr. Nash. I know you were looking for me, man.
Yeah. What's up, Jeff Mathis? I sent out a bundle for you, sir. You had a few different winning books. Ways, man, I'm pulling for you. I'm hoping that tonight is the night you walk away with a really cool book. Johnny Five Alive, I hope you're staying safe on the road, and it's good to hear you and good to have you with us tonight. Also, who else we got in there? Yeah, and then back and forth between Mr. Nash and Johnny Five and Ways. Well, I'm glad you guys are here tonight. We're gonna hang out. Yeah, I know. I'm pulling for you, Ways. I'm pulling for you to get. Yeah, he dropped.
What did you do? Did you just get it? Did you just eliminate Strictly?
No, I didn't.
Oh. y'all seen that? He got rid of Strictly.
So here, okay. Let's see if we got him here.
What's Strictly, up, Strictly? Come in, Strictly.
Can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
We can't see you.
No, because I don't think my connection is very strong, but I'm trying to. I'm
Okay.
at my new location with a new internet service, so hopefully it'll stay. But
Well, I mean, if you pay the bill, man, your internet would be good.
Well, man, hey, I'm glad that you're able to, because even if we can.
I can't. You mean stealing my neighbor ain't no good?
You sound like you stealing internet.
I see Cody just joined us. What's up, Cody? It's good to see you. Good to have you on here.
There you go, Mr. Nash.
Oh, wait, he dropped out. You chased him away.
Someone's in trouble. That was Carlos that did that. He keeps throwing him out.
I'm going to get in trouble for bumping him. You got mail. You got mail. All right. So hey, just a quick reminder for those who just joined us tonight. We're doing 2 giveaways, but I think you'll enjoy both of them. Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Good. Congratulations, Ways. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
I currently only own 2 Funko Pops. So tonight we're giving away this copy of Punchline. This is a Punchline number 1. It's a Peach Momoko exclusive by the Comic Vault and a couple other stores. And you can get this for free tonight, shipped to you. The other giveaway is the hot book from last week, Thor Number 20. This is the first appearance, the debated first appearance of the God of Hammers. But, we all saw the splash page for it. Everybody's looking forward to issue number 21. So this will also be given away to somebody. I think this is still holding up some value.
Yeah, that got really popular. They're making a 1 in 25 with that ending page on the cover.
Yeah. So, and I'm just continuing
Will you stop coughing that on me?
I'm trying not to, man. I'm trying not to. But
right
now everybody thinks that we're in 2 separate locations. But if we were to pan either of the cameras, you see Paul sitting right next to me over here. You can see him sitting right here. Like I'd pan the camera and he'd be right there.
I could literally go.
Many people don't know this, but Paul lives in my attic, and he comes down every once in a while.
Oh, the comic book report! I've been waiting on you, concert.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Glad that you're here, man. I'm excited. He's dropping some good content over on his channel. I got some really cool reviews of collected editions coming on. Really great stuff because it's from a collector's and from a reader's perspective. So, but hopefully we'll have him on the show soon, and he'll get to hang out with us and give us some of his favorite recaps. So let's go ahead and get Yeah, we're doing well. I'm getting better. I am on the mend. For those who hadn't heard, I did have COVID over the past week and a half to 2 weeks. So that's why I ended up canceling. The reason that some of my videos were still able to go live is because I do pre-record my Monday and Friday videos sometimes as much as 2 weeks in advance. So
Nice being.
those were still. So yeah, so I was able to do that, but last Wednesday I just, because this is a live show, I wasn't feeling up to it, and it was better for me to not push myself too much. I'm still in the recovery phase, but I told Paul, I said, man, we got to get back on it and just hang out with the
Yeah,
folks.
as soon as he got well, ask him where he went. Where did you wind up going once you felt better?
Where do you think? The comic shop. I mean, where else? And Paul's just a little bit salty because I beat him to one of the new the Moon
So
Knight variant that everybody's trying to
so
get.
so I was calling him to be like, hey, as a good friend, how are you feeling? He didn't answer my call. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just call him after I leave the comic shop. And who do I see in the new comic book rack? This guy right here.
He came
This
in and
guy right here
he
was
looked
at the
he looked
comic
kind of
book
salty.
rack.
He had this look on his face like, what'd you get? That's exactly what he did.
Because I was like, man, I'm calling you to see how good you're doing, and you're like right there picking up new books.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, so hey, I'm gonna be showing off those books on Monday for the Monday Halls show, and so I'm looking forward to showing those off because there were some cool pickups this week, including the double hit uh, the Odin's Eye 4 and 5 came out this week.
yep.
They dumped them both on the same week, so I was one of the final 5 pre-order people, so I had those waiting in my box. Wayways, yeah, no man. Hey, there's something cool about going to the LCS and hanging out with people and dodging the Wednesday Warriors and just kind of chilling out. That's kind of one of my places where I go to just kind of unwind and relax and unplug.
And push
So
push people out the way and try to get the books and all that, and complain about his pull boxes. He ain't
I
got
don't
books in there.
I try not to do that because it stresses me out. I'd rather enjoy the hobby. And so, oh yeah, yeah, Johnny Five Alive. Yeah, it's no joke. And the weird thing was that the Omicron variant, which is what I had, it felt different than when I had it back in July because I had the Delta variant back in July, and I yeah, it was a different experience, but I'm feeling better. Hopefully my hopefully my I mean, yeah, everything's keeping up and all that stuff. Man, Wayways, that's a shame. If you don't have one, but hey, you know what? There are some cool local comic shops that do virtual stuff, and I know like the Comic Vault, who's one of the places, they do all online. So like when I'm going to add stuff to my pull box to my pull list, I just go on the website on my phone, and it's Wayways. That's something worth going to visit. Pick one, nearby because there's got to be one, somewhere nearby. What's up, Ronnie boy? Good to see you. Glad you joined us tonight. Nope, you trucking nerd. You're just in time. You're just in
You're
time.
late, man. Everything's given away. You trucking nerd.
So for those who
Giving
are
it.
just
No,
now joining, real quick note tonight,
just playing. Just playing.
the giveaway show. It's a live stream show. We do it for just 1 hour. It's all about provoking generosity in the comic community. So we do giveaways, and then we also give away knowledge, give away opinions, and we just have a good time. Paul and I hanging out, and sometimes we'll add some special guests for the night. We had one that was going to join in tonight, but we're having some technical issues because he just relocated, and so
You keep kicking him out. Then what is that technical
that's not.
difficulty?
I didn't kick him out. Quit saying that because he's going to believe you, and then I'm going to get an angry text message. So these are the giveaways for tonight, and then we'll get started with our discussion. So this is punchline number 1. It's a Peachman
Ronnie
local
Comic
variant,
Comics.
from our good friends over at the Comic Vault, and I do recommend the Comic Vault for if you're looking for an LCS that you can do digital orders from. They've got a lot of great stuff. Great guys that run it. 2 locations in our area. They're one local comic shop that I trust, and there's a couple more, including Bedrock City Comics, as well as Duncanville Bookstore, and all those are Texas-based shops, and they're all great customer service, and they get you great books and at a great price. So this is punchline number 1. This is the first giveaway. Second giveaway is Thor number 20. This is the hot book from last week, first appearance of the God of Hammers. This is going to be given away for free to somebody because you know what? My local comic shop said, hey, we knew that this was a hot book, so we pulled this for you. So I got it at cover price or under cover price. And I said, you know what? This is a cool thing. I'm just going to go ahead and give it away. And we're just going to put it out there in the community and just give it away to somebody tonight. So how cool is that? So these 2 books are giveaways for tonight. Wanted to make sure to bless somebody, gift somebody, but we also wanted to have some discussion tonight because I know that like as I was starting out in the hobby, one of the things that I knew very little about was CGC, or the idea of getting comic books graded. And so there had been some questions 2 weeks ago during the live stream for some people, and oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, you got a big player there in El Paso, and but you're probably pretty cold right now though, because I know it gets cold up there too.
Yeah, the desert.
Yeah, during the winter, especially with like a winter storm coming through. But yeah, so and I'm not like an expert or anything when it comes to submissions, but I've gotten to the point where I've done it enough now that I've figured out some stuff that I'm that I want to be able to share because I know sometimes like in the Facebook groups or like on Instagram or in some of the online places, people can feel intimidated or they can feel like they're like they can feel dumb for asking questions, and I wanted to have just an opportunity to share some of this stuff. What's up, Manny Omega? Good to see you. And let's see who else. Who else popped in? Oh, we got a Russian bot.
Already got a bot.
Yeah.
Carlos, did you click on the X on Strictly's feed?
No.
There you go, Mr. Nash. Get him, Mr. Nash. He's like.
So I wanted to share a little bit about our experiences. So, so the first there was kind of four. Oh wow, that's still low, Johnny 511.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get cold too this Thursday and Friday.
So I wanted to share like on 4 different areas tonight: prepping books for submission, choosing a tier, packing for submission, and then the turnaround time, and just kind of hit those 4 areas and give a couple of things that I've learned. And yep, the bots are in. A couple of things that I want to encourage you to always have as a comic collector. These are 3 items that are always, well, I'll say 4 items that are always in my desk drawer. I have one in the office, and then I have one here in the loft where the collector's cave is, or one set. The first of these things is a roll of blue masking tape. This to me, this is
painter's tape.
This is it's painter's tape. It's the
There we go.
See, he's trying to log in.
Strictly,
okay.
Come in, Strictly.
Hey, there he is. Is he? Wait, no. Did he? Wait, no. Whoops. Hang on.
No, I'm here.
There he is.
I can't see you, man. What happened? There's no video.
Because I ain't got no clothes on, man.
Oh, what the?
Been hanging around Mike too much, man.
Man, how you gonna come on the feed with no clothes? Okay. All right.
So,
I just want to apologize to the chat. Continue, sir.
Things just
Mr. Nash is like, what the
raw turn. It just took a very Strictly right.
Dude,
his Cash App is on there. No, we have the what's it called, the account. Strictly, we have the accounts linked, and so now there was this weird thing going on with the brand where all your brand stuff was showing up and mine. I had to create a new brand. So there we go. Okay, so we had just a little bit.
I mean, I guess he showed his Cash App so everybody can send for him to get clothing.
Because, so he turned his camera on. Exactly. All right. So real quick, strictly, I was just sharing with the chat just 4 items that I always like to keep at my comic book workstation. The first is blue painter's tape. This is the least damaging type of tape. It's the type I always use. I use it not just for sealing my bags and boards, but I also use it when I'm shipping, because I've had stuff shipped to me with like packing tape, and man, you can either damage your book or you can damage your you can damage the book and mess it up.
We'll kill that right now. Look, this is masking tape. What you do, you take the tape. You see, notice the tape, and you put it away. And look, now I can go around and mess with my book.
There you go. There you go. Well, I prefer this. Okay, so this is item number 1, a roll of blue painter's tape. Item number 2 is a 2-ended Sharpie.
Oh, so you could write on the comic book?
Yeah, because I
Write
like
your
to
name on the book.
mustaches on the covers, and just give black eyes and missing teeth. So I use the blunt end for addressing packages when I'm strictly only.
No, I don't do that, man.
Strictly comics only fans.
I use the blunt for shipping stuff, and then for the other one, when I put
there you go.
Blue masking tape is real easy to write on.
Forging signatures.
So,
oh man,
he's giving trade secrets, everybody.
You want Stan Lee signature? Just let me know.
So the cool thing about the blue masking tape is with the fine point, I'll write like the grade, and sometimes I'll write how much I got it for. Sometimes I'll make a note, like if it hasn't been pressed and clean, I'll just make a note that it needs to be pressed and clean.
You're right, Trucking Nerd. I see him practicing all the time.
Right, yeah.
We all know Dennis. He does the grade on the backing board on the top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sometimes they'll put the grade on the back. Here, whatever. Yeah.
So the third item, of course, a good pair of scissors for cutting bags and boards, window bags, cutting this. Just having a good pair of scissors. I also have an X-Acto blade.
Damn, what do you need the scissors for?
To cut the coupons and the Marvel stamps out.
Cut the Marvel value stamps.
I'm still collecting the Marvel value stamps.
Oh man, this went.
Fourth thing.
This went left field. So you can stick them on the book.
No, hey, I kid you not. One of my LCSs that shall remain nameless actually took a Post-it note and stuck it straight on the cover of one of my books.
Comic Vault.
No, I'm not going to tell you who it was.
Comic Vault. I knew it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But one of them did that. And it was, it's a bigger store, so it's probably the person didn't know better. But I just kind of was like, yeah. And then the kid behind the counter was like gently trying to get it off. And man, I thought he was going to destroy it. But they would have given me another copy. I hadn't bought it yet, but still, these are not for sticking to the comics.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Bedrock.
Yeah. So no, don't. Man,
Bedrock did it, huh?
That's what you want to do. That's all you want to do is call people out.
I'm gonna talk to Austin tomorrow. I'm telling him you calling him out.
So, so strictly, I'm glad I'm glad you made it on, because we were going to.
Oh yeah, there you go, you Trucking Nerd. What does 3M stand for? Carlos.
I have no idea.
He's probably going to Google it in a minute.
I'm not going to Google it. I'm not typing anything. So strictly, the 4 things we were going to hit on tonight was prepping books for submission, choosing a tier, packing for submission, and turnaround time. So the first thing I wanted to ask you was like,
there you go.
A lot of times. Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Thank you, you trucking.
Right, ship it in a Ziploc bag. That's exactly how I send my books out.
Send
So,
it in a Ziploc. That's
strictly,
fucking actually a pretty good idea.
what are some good tips for people? What are some good tips for people about when it comes to pre-grading their books? Like deciding what copy or what books to send in. Are there any like kind of hard fast rules that people can go by or things that people can look for before they decide to send a book in?
Well, for me, anything modern, I don't send unless it's going to come back in 9.8. I'll
Yeah.
risk a 9, and when I say modern, I mean I don't know, 92, 93. Well, no, that's probably
Well, I mean, you
it.
can't
It
really
just depends
say.
on what it is. I mean, if
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
what I was gonna say.
a first, Spider Gwen or whatever, I'd go for a 9.6 or 9.4. I guess it just depends on the value, but
What
um,
book is that?
the Edge of Spider Verse too, man.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, man, I was about to tear up your damn comic card.
um, God, man, that's a good question, man. I don't know. It's just I know everybody wants to shoot for the highest grade possible, but I tell people to set your expectations low so that if a book comes back a higher grade, fantastic. The problem I see with a lot of customers that I deal with is they want everything to be a 9.8, and
Yeah.
then when it doesn't, they get disappointed. And
Oh,
I,
Carlos.
no, I just think that some people need to be more realistic with their expectations. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I mean, like, have you seen? Because so for those who don't know, Strictly Comics is considered to be one of the top pressers in the industry. He's been named that.
Oh wow,
What was it? Was
wow!
it
I
cover?
knew you.
Was it cover price? No, seriously, I'm being serious. No, Paul, it's not
No, it was it Go Collect
It was.
Go Collect.
that
Okay,
It
did an
was a.
article on
There was
me?
an article, and it
Yeah,
was you. Who else?
it was
One.
me and God, what's his name?
I think it
I
was
think
Titan. Titan Comics.
Titan, and I
And
think what's his name
damn, I
from the
can't.
NY Warriors? Um,
Erod.
Erod, yeah.
Yeah.
It was flattering. I don't know who wrote it.
Yeah, I don't know who
I
did all that was lies on that article.
No, I am a good person. My problem is just that my turnaround time, because we've been moving and plus I've been working on the show, but the show's been postponed. So I'm actually going to spend a lot more time on pressing over the next year. But
That's a good question right here.
yeah,
is it
we're
possible to
going
get
to
a
get to
10?
that in a second. Strictly when
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to like what are automatic things that you would tell like like a new customer? What are some automatic things where you would say, hey, if it has like stuff like spine ticks or color
Well,
rubber?
the first thing I ask the customer is it for your PC or are you just trying to flip it?
Okay,
Um,
PC is
like personal collection.
right. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
because that makes a difference because I have customers that want everything graded, and
Yeah,
and they don't, obviously they want a high grade, but they don't care if it doesn't come back and everything doesn't come back in 9.8 because it just means something to them. I mean, I have guys that want books pressed that they've had for literally 30, 40 years. They want them
yeah,
pressed and graded um, because they literally bought it off the shelf 40 years ago and it means
mm,
something to them. Um, and then if they're trying to flip, then it's like, well, you got to go and see. I know a lot of people use, uh, I use GPA analysis. I know that other people use, is it Go Collect, where they try to
yeah.
find the value book, or
Yeah, Go
eBay.
Collect is one of them, or eBay sold listings.
Yeah. So you do that. Once they decide that, oh, this is just to flip, then you got to start determining the value of if it's worth to go through the process to have your money tied up for a few months, have your book gone, and then if you're pressing it, it's going to be gone for even longer, and then you have to sell it, and then you got to worry about fees and all that stuff. So the good thing lately is because the price of comic books have gone up so much. I've had customers that have complained because their books have taken so long, but it ended up being a good thing because by the time their book came back, their books were selling at record market value.
Mm.
So they
Yeah.
were getting them back after a long time, but their books were breaking records in the market. So it ended up being a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. So I like for me as like a collector, because I'm primarily a collector. I do sell comics also from time to time, but it's primarily to either fund the collection or if
Mm-hmm.
I have a bigger expense like a family vacation or something like that comes up and it's a planned sell for the book. So for me, one of the things that I've kind of come to when it comes to grading books is the books that I grade. I start off saying, okay, I'm either going to A, sell this book,
Mm-hmm.
or B, the book itself has broken a certain dollar value
Mm-hmm.
as a raw book. So for
No.
some people
What the-
it might be $500. For some people it might be 1,000. Like for me, I would pay a certain amount of money to get a book graded if the raw value of the book was 1,000 or more. To me, at that
Mm-hmm.
point, it made sense to do it because that's like almost like an emergency savings fund right there. Like a book that you can turn around and sell for $3,000. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's a major thing, and to have something liquid or
Mm-hmm.
closer to liquid, for me as a collector, that was and then there's just certain books that as they get higher and higher in value, I get less and less comfortable keeping that book,
well,
because
this is what people do. People grade the books because that's the highest value you're gonna get. Because if you
yeah,
try to sell a 9.8 raw book versus a 9.8 slab, people are gonna tell you, "Well, I'm gonna pay you the most money for the 9.8 slab," no matter how good of a grader you are or how much you know about. This is a 9.8. This is a 9.8. People are not gonna give you the money for a 9.8 graded book. That's why I
right,
think a
right,
lot of people grade it to get the most value for the book.
yeah. So I think so. Johnny Five Alive hit on a really good way to pre-screen your own book, and that's simply to just start looking. A spine tick is one of those little dents that
Mm-hmm.
will be on the side of a. Find a book that's got some. I've got some old. So my son is big on the Amethyst character in
Mm-hmm.
DC, so that's why I have this little.
Where were you telling them, man? Look what they said, man.
What the heck's going on?
What?
What did
Oh,
you tell them?
I don't know, man. I
I
see
didn't
the
tell him
spine.
anything.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, so you can see some.
There's some color breaking spine
Yeah,
ticks. Yeah.
Yeah, so on
they're
black, it's
thin.
really bad on there.
Yeah, they're thin, but you can see them there. So
Mm-hmm.
right
Yeah,
off
by
the
the
bat, let me see
staple.
if I've got because I've got a bunch of books
I
around
mean, what
here.
I do is I mean, I hear what Johnny Five Live is saying. I kind of start from a 9.8 and go down because 9.9s and 10s are just you're just not going to get those. They're so few and far between. I kind of think that 9.8 is the top of the ceiling, but or
Yeah,
this hitting the ceiling. But um, yeah, as soon as I see one spine tick, depending on how large it is, it goes down to a 9.6.
yeah,
Um,
and so
Well, I think on a 9.8 you could get a couple of color breaking because I've
but
seen some on
but
there.
but you got to learn to grade conservatively because
right,
I don't know if people are familiar with CGC, but they're very inconsistent with their grading.
yeah,
I mean, all grading companies are because it's
Hey man,
subjective.
don't be
It's
saying that because CGC watches this, man.
oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
we got a dislike already.
How can you tell you can't even see dislikes anymore?
Yeah, you can see
yeah.
them. I see them now.
So real quick, so I'll just I just wanted to give people just a couple of things to. Here's one more that's got some spine ticks on it that are more visible.
Hold on.
I'll switch over there. Oh, whoops.
Yeah,
There.
go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see what look tilted a little
You can
bit.
see them on there.
So yeah, those are really bad on the black, but when you press it, it'll go a little bit
Yeah,
Well,
but
but
lower.
those
Because
white lines will still show.
yeah.
yeah,
So the thing the thing I'll tell people about like pre-screening your own books is like strictly pointed out an excellent piece of advice is you have to be conservative. Grade as harsh as possible so that you can manage your own expectations and you don't get your hopes built up, because that 9.8 premium sometimes can be $1,000 or more between that and a nine, in an extreme case between that and like a 9.6, and you just don't want to set yourself up for that kind of frustration. You don't want to set your presser up for frustration with not fully understanding how it's
I,
gonna work
I
out.
never do, man. He always easily presses my stuff. He's like, man, yours is the easiest stuff I press.
Yeah, right.
So I think the
Don't even get
first
me started with Paul, man.
yeah the first step in prepping a book for submission is
Strictly like, where do you
deciding
get
on the
these
book.
pristine books, man?
Yeah, you gotta think about, and like what Edwin also pointed out, you got to think ahead, because you're not going to get those books back for 3 to 4 months realistically. You
Yeah.
might be one of the lucky ones that gets your modern shipment back in 30 days, but more than often than not, it's going to be 3 to 4 months before it gets back to you.
I mean, I tell people just to look at slabs and see what grades they have and,
See, like
and what kind
this
of
is the
issues they have with
first
them.
gen right here, or second gen. What do you call it? Second gen.
Yeah, that is a second gen, isn't it?
Well, it's probably like the first. This has never been pressed and clean. When I got the book, I submitted it and it came back at 9.8, but then 9.11. But a lot of people say that this is a hard cover to.
It
but
is.
back then they
It's
didn't have the pressing and cleaning for these.
Yeah, and one of the best resources I used was the Overstreet grading guide.
So strictly, this is the other one I had. Y'all can see 266 9.0. That was not pressed and cleaned, and it came back 9.4. But he pressed and cleaned it, submitted it.
And that one I said should have came back at 9.8, 9.6.
Yeah, you said it was supposed to be clean, but
it was clean, man.
Yeah.
But see, this was never. When you see these old ones, they were never pressed and cleaned. So sometimes a lot of people will buy the old ones and put them in.
Yeah. So moving on into as far as prepping books for submission, the big things to remember is try to do some pre-grading on your own and manage your expectations. Another one to keep in mind is that I recommend getting all books pressed and cleaned, regardless of age. It does add to your overall bottom line, but I think it gives you the best possible shot. On top of pre-grading yourself, it gives you the best possible shot at the highest grade possible. Especially for some of the older books, there's a lot of defects that can get pressed. You've probably heard them called pressable defects. Those are things that can actually be pressed out, and you would never even know that those creases or wrinkles were there. As long as they don't break color on the spine or on the face of the comic, you can actually press a lot of that out and get several grades worth of bumps to the book. Okay, so Trek and Nerd, then that's good for the next thing. Okay, when it comes to packing, it's gonna depend on how many books you're shipping out and where you're shipping them to. When I've done like a big submission, I've actually used CGC's own box with some Gemini mailers around, I think like every 5 to 7 books inside of it, and then put some bubble wrap to fill it out and ship that out. And that was for a shipment of, I think, about 25 books. And that worked for me, but I know Edwin ships way more than I do when it comes to it. So Edwin, what?
Well, yeah, because we all use like the normal tier. We don't use that express tier like you do.
I'm still bitter.
And this is the generation after that. And a lot of people think that these were never pressed and clean neither.
Yeah. Strictly, what kind of packing is good for sending some stuff out?
I always say don't get cheap on the tape. I will tape something up like Spider-Man's web just to make sure that it gets through securely, and as much as possible. So I say don't get cheap on the tape. Double box if you can. Just because a lot of the times mail carriers, they can mishandle your stuff. I think we've all experienced it through an eBay purchase or Amazon purchase or whatever. I get a lot of. I just go to the post office and get a lot of those priority mail, medium flat rate, large flat rate boxes, and I cut them up. I cut them up a lot, and I use minimum 4 sheets of cardboard, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom of every book or books that I ship. Sometimes 3, depending on if it's an expensive book. And then sometimes I'll do that, and then I'll still throw it in a medium flat rate box, bubble wrap and everything, just because you want it to be super secure while shipping.
Yeah, because they don't care. Like when you drop it off, they're just like chunking them in there. The lady's like, "Why did?"
I've given it to them at the mail office and watch them just take a box and throw it right behind them into the big old bin.
Right. Yeah.
They just go blue. And then the lady's like, "Why did you put do not bend, do not handle with care?" I'm like, "Cause you just launched these mailers and boxes. I mean, come on, man."
So one tip is, if you buy books online, save all the material that comes in. Like I have a couple of bins. I've got like a huge, like I've in my I think in the past year to year and a half that I've been taking in and sending out a lot of books. I've only actually bought 1 package of Gemini mailers. And I still have about a dozen of them left, because Gemini mailers, like as soon as they come in, as long as it's not completely torn up, I mean, I'll let that thing, I'll put it in a stack. Next time I'm shipping stuff out, pull it right off, recycle it, scrape my name and the return address off of it, and send that puppy right back out. And that so I think people make a big deal out of packing supplies, but if you're buying and selling comic books online, you're receiving enough stuff to just pick a small corner of a closet and get you like a plastic tote and just put all that stuff in there, and you'll have all the stuff you need when it's time for you to ship your books. The other big thing I would say about shipping is go ahead and pay the extra pay the extra dollars to go priority, so that it's in the post office's possession as little time as possible. And because I know some people might try to ship it a slower method to save a few bucks, but when it's your books going to get graded, ways exactly. Yeah, you can always use Gemini's and never have had to buy one. And especially like when I love it when people pre-cut the cardboard. I save that stuff, and I'm like, ooh yeah. I got more packing supplies here.
Don't you have a measuring device?
I do, but it means I don't have to spend the time cutting it myself. So, hey, you know what? Hey, we're having some good stuff. Thanks, Edwin, for right now. Let's go ahead and do our first giveaway, because we're 43 minutes in and we haven't done our first giveaway. So we're going to be giving away right now this copy of Punchline number 1, the Peach Momoko exclusive. Thanks to our friends at the Comic Vault.
Wasn't that the one you were going to give Strictly?
Quit trying to start stuff. All right, so this is the first.
Oh, here you go.
Y'all know I like these quiz questions. All right, here we go.
Nash got a question for you, Strictly.
Yeah, we're gonna address that after the giveaway.
Oh yeah, he'll get to you on the cleaning and press. All right, here we go, guys. Here's the quiz question, dropping in 3, 2, 1. All right. First quiz question of the night for the Peach Momoko number 1. What color of kryptonite is not harmful to Superman? What color of kryptonite is not harmful to Superman?
Is it blue?
It is not blue.
That is not the answer.
There's only 2 other. Yeah,
gold, silver. Omar. Hey, Omar S.
What's up, Omar S?
Nah, blue is not it, Jeff.
It is not pink kryptonite.
It's pink.
No, I've heard of gold kryptonite before.
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
No, most of these are legitimate colors, but
What is your answer, Strictly?
Okay, yep. Somebody
I'll
dropped
say
it.
gold.
Somebody put it in
Clear.
there. No, it's not clear.
Ah,
Actually, Weiwei's got it.
White.
Yep.
all right. So Weiwei's got it. So everybody put white.
So strictly, this is what he does. As soon as somebody gets
Hey
it
man,
correct-
hey, it's a giveaway, man. I
I
mean,
know,
I
man.
want
Paul's
everybody.
Ball's a handful.
Hey man, I want everybody to win the giveaway. He just answers all
All right.
these.
All right. Okay. Here we
He
go.
answers
Here-
all
here's
these.
everybody-
These.
Now everybody's dropping it in the chat.
Yeah,
All right. So,
Jeff White. Jeff. Where'd you get that? Got white. Everybody went from different colors to white.
Oh, we got another bot.
Yup, that's the right answer right here.
okay. So who we
Boom.
got? Oh, Mr. Nash, comic book report. Let's see.
Oh, Rez Kane, what's up? All right, I guessed correctly. Hey man,
Okay. So Paul, can you read off the names to me real quick?
what?
Yeah, I've got. Wait, you have one job. Here,
Okay,
Paul.
so
We doing a duck race or something?
Yeah, we're doing a monster
we're gonna
race.
do some wild monster
This
race.
is actually
probably.
where the monster race. Well, no, this isn't where the monster. I don't know if
Okay, so
monster race.
Wei's comics got it right first.
Yeah,
So where I'm gonna start? Where'd you get that
yeah,
comic book report?
yeah.
Mr. Nash, good answer, Mr. Nash. He put in an exclamation. About time, Jeff. Like, man, Jeff, what's
Jeff Mathis.
Johnny 5? I knew you were gonna get it. Omar, I see you, Omar. Omar went in there. There's Daniel. That is not the correct answer, but you answered it already, sir.
Okay.
Trucking Nerd got it. Ray Kane got it. Got it. And
Game.
I think that's everybody. You got Daniel Castro.
Yep.
Omar S. Johnny 5. Okay, that's everybody.
Okay.
And whoever's in, if y'all are in here, just put white and you're into the giveaway.
Oh wait. We'll
Oh,
do
look. That is not correct, Omar S., but you already got the correct answer.
Okay. So let me share my screen.
Oh, and Strictly got it.
I didn't do it. Somebody else is.
Man, you trucking nerd, you're on it. You got
Hey, is he supposed to be driving, or is he driving and watching at the same time?
Hey, man, he drives for 8 hours. He said he pulls over and,
I'll
and
say
watches the show, man.
He pulls over just to watch the show. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle once,
Where the hell you at, Jeff?
twice, 3 times, and
Oh, there you are, Jeff.
here we go.
Oh, okay, there you go, Mr. Nash. Talking about you
Man.
retired. You running like you ain't
Oh,
retired.
Mr. Nash looking quite good.
I got my money on. Where'd you get that?
Okay, the Stay Puft.
Stay Puft, yeah.
Oh
Man.
no! Don't let me down, Jeff.
Johnny 5. Look, Johnny. Whoa.
Oh,
okay, here,
Jeff.
get winded.
Jeff ran out of gas.
Are you serious? Where'd you get that? What? in
He
the
said I'm
world?
parked for the night. Look
Come
at Mr.
on,
Nash,
Stay Puft.
Mr.
Come on,
Nash,
Stay Puft.
What?
Mr. Nash.
He's the Cloverfield monster. What?
Yeah,
Yo,
he got it.
where the hell's Jeff at? I don't even see you, Jeff. Boy, you let me down, man. Where are you, Jeff?
All right. Well, congratulations to Mr.
Oh,
Nash.
you trucking is parked for the night. All right, good job. You
Yeah,
trucking.
he's already drove for 8 hours, so he does that on Wednesdays. He does that on Wednesdays, so he catch the show.
Okay.
Nice.
I know the T-Rex. All right.
Jeff
So-
said, "Sorry, Paul."
Okay, so next up, we're going to go ahead.
Oh, man.
Strictly, do you have any advice for people about choosing which tier? And I'm going to go ahead and share the screen for the different tiers so people can see the pricing for quick reference. But do you have any like just kind of general rule of thumbs that you go by for people to choose which tier?
Um,
He said, "Oh no, I suck again."
I don't know. I've heard a couple of different stories. I know a guy who submits to CGC probably easily 400 or 500 books a year,
Wow.
and he just uses the cheapest tier that he can get.
Okay.
I've also told people, like for instance, I submitted a Amazing Spider-Man 129, which is the first Punisher, and I suggested to the customer that you just submit it under it was a tier which I think was about $100 or $105 for that one book, and that was shipping, insurance, everything. And I suggested that he do that because I always felt like, um, if you submit it under the correct tier, that they would probably grade it correctly. If you try to go cheap, I thought that they might try to, or they might shortchange you a little bit when
Yeah.
it comes to grading. But that's just my opinion. There's no real science or evidence behind my opinion. I just feel like, just do the right thing and submit it under the proper tier of the market value of the book, and then just hope for the best. But I know a guy that has submitted a Daredevil #1, and he submitted it under like the cheapest tier that he could,
Oh wow.
and he got the grade that he was expecting. So I don't know, man. It just depends on what. And again, this guy's a flipper, so he's a flipper. He's not. He's trying to get his little. He's trying to spend as little money as possible for his flip, and then obviously try to sell it for as high as he can to get those large margins.
Yeah.
So that's probably the best advice that I have right now. But I think that everybody needs to kind of really spend time grading their books before they submit. One of the things that I wanted to say, as you were talking earlier, is that I have a very strong eye for detail. I'm very detail oriented. That's why I like Todd McFarlane as my favorite artist. A lot of these guys that put a lot of detail in their artwork, because I have such a strong eye for detail, so I can always see a lot of the flaws that are in books. I start with the edges. ETA Nick, he starts from the centering. He starts from the center and works his way out. I start from the edge and work my way to the right. But you got to have an eye for detail if you're going to submit books for grading.
That's a good tip. So, yeah, did you have any other thoughts on the whole submission process?
No, just and CGC's grading tier has actually changed once already this year. Their tiers haven't changed anymore, but the pricing has gone up again, or it will at the end of the month, right? At the end of January or
Actually,
something like
no, it
that.
went up
Already heard.
on the 19th.
Yeah, the
These
19th
are
it
the
already
new.
went up.
Yeah, these are the
Okay.
newest prices right here.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, the tier. I mean, one of the good things is they extended the tier for the modern, economy modern, which was $200, and now it's $400, which I thought was a good move. But of course, their prices are higher. Um, you just got to know what your book is that you're sending out, and I don't think it's a particular value after it's been graded, because you don't know what the grade is going to come back as. I think it's a particular value that they're looking at for the book raw, because a $400 value book for a tier could be, if you and I would get to get some clarification on that. But if it's going to be a $400 tier for a graded book, that could change between an 8.0 and a 9.6 or a 9.2 or whatever. So I think what they're asking for is a particular $400 market value of the raw book.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
my
And,
assumption.
and
Yeah.
again, everybody, if I know people that like raw books, they don't like graded books. But in turn, everybody submits to get graded stuff because that's where you're gonna find your high return on your. If you grade even the hot book like Ultimate Fallout 4, even in the 9.4, 9.2, that's still a really expensive book. But you get a 9.8 in that book, wow, you're just like, to sell it
Mhm.
raw versus to sell it a 9.8, you're gonna make more money. That's
Oh yeah.
why I think in
Yeah.
turn people grade a lot of books because they want the most money possible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think that's I'd agree with that, Paul, because for certain books, when for that 9.8 premium, yeah, it's worth taking it. Hey, couple quick shout outs. Steven Spock, what's up? It's good to have you. Glad that you could join us tonight, and the same for Card Shop Reality. Good to have you on with us tonight, popping in. And Trek and
Card
Nerd,
Shop.
I'm glad that you're parked for the night and tuning in and hanging out with us for a little bit. One
Oh, you
more
sound
thing.
surprised. He always does that on Wednesday so he can catch the show.
Yeah, I know, but I still appreciate him every Wednesday. So hey, strictly one more thing. What are your thoughts on people and like expectations with regards to the turnaround times for
Oh
CGC?
man, you have to. Let me just say, here's the best advice that I would have to say about so many books. You have to
Thank you,
submit
Card
them.
Shop.
What do you say? Paul,
Said you.
you have to send your books, and then you have to forget about them.
Yes, yes,
Literally, you need
See,
to forget about them, because I quit shipping books for customers that were calling me every week, every 2 weeks. Hey, you heard anything about my book? Hey, you heard anything about my book?
right,
And I
yeah,
have to send them screenshots or say,
hold on. I
no, the
gotta call
status is the
Strictly.
same.
I gotta figure out where my book's at.
Yeah, because it just gets really annoying, and I think that they don't understand
yeah,
that. Especially when they were backed up, I'm like, look, guys. I mean, this is out of my hands. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I can
I
take a
mean,
screenshot and show you that the status is the same, but
I mean, on that question, you trucking nerd, I think it's the preference of the person. I mean, I know a lot of people that like raw books, but you grade them to get the most money, and some people preserve the book too. They're like, we preserve the book if we get it
yeah.
graded, but
I mean, I'll say this real quick. That's awesome, Card Shop Reality, and I do
mm-hmm,
recommend Express on the higher dollar books.
mm-hmm,
But Trek and Nerd, I'll say this. So as a fellow collector, one of the things that I manage is like if a like the parameters, like for a lot of my books, for personal collection books, they are raw. I do keep them raw. You can preserve a book very well raw by using Mylars, and either acrylic or e-Gerber backing boards, and then you can insert your own micro chamber paper.
or you could use the Carlos Collects clear backing board.
Nah, don't tell me that. You're gonna confuse them. No, I have some of them around here. I mean, like you can really well preserve a book with the materials you use and with
mm-hmm.
higher quality material and stuff. So preservation shouldn't be the number one reason to get a book graded. For me, it's not like preservation. Yes, is part of it, but another part of it is knowing that when some of these books get to be higher dollar values, like I think very pragmatically, like if something was ever to happen to me, I don't want my wife to get, you know, um, you know, taken over by, by somebody who lowballs the price for the collection.
Mm-hmm.
A financial expert that I follow, and whose material I like, Dave Ramsey. He actually answered a question about comic collectors. He said that a significant portion of the value of your collection dies with you. If
Mm-hmm.
something should happen to you, a significant portion of the value will die with you because you know your collection the best. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's why we always hear the story about, I was even hearing it from from somebody today. Another comic person today was saying, this is how comic shops get these collections in and get their wall books, is because a relative of grandpa's had got all these comic books and knew nothing, like had no idea what to do with them. And my wife already knows exactly what to do. Like she knows exactly what to do if something was to happen to me today. She knows exactly what to do with the collection and who to contact. But to take it a step further, when you start having higher dollar books that are worth like multiple thousands of dollars a piece, having them graded, I think is just another big way to make sure that the collection is going to, that's going to be maximized. Because here's the reality, and as collectors we don't like to think about this, but the reality is, even if you don't sell your collection will get sold one day.
Well, of course, like I hate to say it, but we had Lawman pass,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I haven't talked to any of his family members, but you know, if they're not into the hobby, if your relatives are not into the hobby as you are or we are all together here, they're gonna sell it because in their eyes they're like, I'm gonna sell these books.
Well, I gave him some advice. I don't think he was really anxious to sell his books. I gave him like three options that he should consider. Um, because they weren't hurting for money or anything. I
Right, and
told him,
what's
yeah,
good though, what's good on that, what Carlos was saying, that he could reach out to somebody like you, Carlos, me, or somebody who's been in the hobby that can give him a little advice. But these other people that their family members probably don't know anybody like that, they'll go to a comic shop and get raped, or they just be like, you know what, I'm just done with it. I don't want to piece out the books and sell them.
Yeah.
All
So
that all that work to do all that, so they may just be like, you know what, pennies on the dollar, get rid of them.
yeah. So to circle back to Truck and Nerds question, I think for and you have to determine the dollar value, but if the raw books are like, if you have major first appearance books like bronze,
Yeah,
copper,
that's what I was
and
saying, card
silver
shop.
first, yeah, um, yeah, like if you like I think getting those books graded is a necessity. Like, yeah, like Omar S, Werewolf by Night number 32, Amazing One, or ASM 129. When once those books start to get to a certain price level, yes, absolutely, they need to get graded.
Yeah,
And
so
you know,
on that Werewolf by Night 32, everybody saw, if y'all been sleeping under the bridge, everybody's seen that trailer. It's gonna be a nice show. And now that they have Punisher, I mean, I hope they don't go to that goofy new logo. But if they can get Punisher in the MCU, that those two books right there are just
yeah.
that's worth it to get graded.
So yeah, good discussion. I'm glad you guys popped in for this. For everybody that's in the chat, it's the top of the hour. We need to go ahead and do a, yeah. That's true. Um, that is what happens a lot, is the collection gets sold off. So I do recommend getting, for me the benchmark is $1,000. At $1,000 in raw value, I get the book graded. I think some
Mhm.
people it's probably 500. Um, it just depends on where you're at with it. Let's go ahead and do our second and final giveaway of the night. This is Thor number 20, the hot book from last week, first appearance of the God of Hammers.
I
This
thought
this
that
is
was the book you were going to give Strictly.
this is fresh off the rack, and big thanks to my friends over at the Comic Vault for snagging a copy for
You
me
see that, Strictly? That's why we couldn't find one.
and holding on. Yep, and passing it on. And I said, hey, because I was able to get it for cover price, I said, let me go ahead and throw it in the giveaway show, because this is all about provoking generosity in the comic community. That's what we do on this show on Wednesday nights. So let's go ahead and drop this. I'm going to drop another brain teasing question for everybody.
Oh, here we go.
Paul loves these questions. He sits there just
I just look at the viewership and look at and wonder how many viewers we're going to lose.
all right, here it is.
Oh, here we go.
All
Oh.
right, quiz question. What
Oh,
type of doctor is Stephen Strange? What type of doctor is Stephen Strange? All right, you can drop those answers in, and we'll start populating our monster race for the night. We're going to close it
hold on.
out.
Give people time to Google it, man. Surgeon.
Let me see.
Well, I mean, he's kind of
Um,
misspelled it, but I mean, neurosurgeon.
no, okay. If you have a raw autographed book with a certificate of authenticity, the COA will not affect anything for either CGC or CBCS. CGC will only give you a green label, and they'll note that there's a name written on the cover. CBCS, for an extra $25, will verify the signature and then grade and slab the book. So if you have a raw signed book, I recommend submitting that to CBCS and making that that the way you.
Okay, so what's the answer? Brain surgeon,
neurosurgeon is the correct.
Okay, this is the answer, guys.
All right, let's go and Paul. Can you read them off? I see. Where'd you get that?
I mean,
What's
everybody
first?
has like wild. Where'd you get that? What? Oh yeah, he did. Yep. Yep.
Okay, and then who else?
And then Omar S got it.
Okay.
There we go. Hold on. Went too far. Omar S got it. Let's see. Nope. Daniel got it.
For those,
You trucking nerd got it. Way's got it. Jeff, where you at, Jeff? Mr. Nash. I knew Mr. Nash was gonna get it. The comic book report. Card Shop Reality got it.
Bless you.
Johnny 5 got it. Where you at, Jeff?
Okay. So I got comic book report, Card Shop Reality, Johnny 5 Alive. Was there anybody after them?
Rez Kane.
Oh, Rez Kane. Okay.
You trucking nerd.
Got him.
He said, I can't spell. It's okay. I'll accept that. There you are, Jeff. About damn time. I was like, where you at, Jeff?
Jeff Mathis.
Yep, Jeff's always going to be here. You're always going to get it. He said, my phone died. This is a good giveaway.
This giveaway.
Yeah, right. This is a good giveaway, Jeff.
Anybody else, Paul?
Let's see.
Anybody else?
He says, hopefully my monster does illegal drugs.
Steven Spock.
Steven Spock, I didn't see him do the answer.
Well, he did surgeon. Well, we'll take surgeon also. Anybody else?
Steven Spock. Let's see. I think that's everybody. Yeah, you counted Steven Spock, so we good. We got everybody.
Okay, cool.
Anybody comes in, just put neurosurgeon, and you're entered into the giveaway. Give you a couple of minutes.
Let's go ahead and share this.
Okay, I guess.
I see Johnny 5 Alive. All right. Hey, thanks to everybody who joined us tonight. It's always good to hang out. A quick promo for him. You can find Strictly Comics on Instagram at Strictly Comics with an X on Instagram. You can also email him as strictlycomics@gmail.com. If you have additional questions about pressing and cleaning services, and also just CGC submissions, Strictly is a trusted presser and cleaner. I know
that's the correct answer right here.
If you right, brain toucher. If he's too busy, let me know. There's also, I know there's other guys that do it as well. So let's go ahead and get this ready. I'm going to do the 3 shuffles.
And if you use code word Paul, you'll get your pressing back in the 3. Next day.
Next day pressing. There you go.
Don't listen to Paul.
Strictly going to fly by in a helicopter and drop it off to you.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Jeff.
All right. This is the race for the Thor number 20, brand new, off the shelf, off the rack, because that's how we do it here. Yeah, we're hitting 530, or we've broken 530.
There you go, Jeff. Oh, Jeff. Come on, Jeff.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, Ed.
Mr. Nash got it last time. Let's see who gets it this time.
Do me a favor. Like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And share the channel. Send a link to the channel with somebody, and and let them know how much fun you have hanging out with us on Wednesdays and during and other parts of the week.
Oh, Godzilla got it.
Are you
Oh, Wayways! Look at that!
Tonight was
Oh,
the night. What?
yeah, Wayways got a good book too. Wow.
Wayways, man.
Wayways is like, damn,
congratulations.
I won
Man.
this time, but my losing streak will continue.
Hey,
There you are, Wayways.
Congratulations! I'm excited that you won this. All right. Hey, you need to send me a message on Instagram so I can get your shipping information. Let's see, Mr. Nash. I think I've already got yours. For those who haven't received your books yet, I had hit a little bit of delay while I was sick, but most, if not all, of the rest of the books that haven't shipped out yet should go out this Friday. I do all my shipping on Friday.
He
I
said,
know,
finally.
Finally, everybody's so excited for you, Wayways. And this is a good book to win here too. We do all good stuff, but I know that's a book that's got a lot of eyeballs on it for the past week. So hey, let's get just big thank you to Strictly Comics for being our guest tonight and hanging out with us. Hopefully, we'll be able to get him back on in the future. For those who who want to see more of Paul and Strictly Comics, you can catch them Thursday nights at, is it 7:30 Central, Paul?
Yeah, so we'll be on 7:30. I know
7:30
I know
Central.
everybody comes out for me. Jeff's told me that many a times, Mr. Nash. Mr. Nash has told me, people come to see me, but I also have other panel members on Thursday, so I appreciate
he's
Jeff,
gonna-
Mr. Nash, Card
He'll be
Shop,
next.
all these guys on here.
Yeah,
Appreciate
so
you being
guys-
so humble, Paul.
Yeah, I got to be, man.
You guys, hey, make sure and check out the Strictly Comics, the auction that goes on Thursday nights. Also, issue number 1 of Auction Comics. That's a brand new show on the Strictly Comics channel. More great auctions hosted by our good friend
You're
Beta Ray
welcome.
Jim. That's going to be starting this Saturday night, and then the original affordable auction with me as the host is going to be on Sunday night, and I'll be there chopping it up with these guys, hanging it out, and we're just going to have a good time, sling some books, and just really enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, and I'll be
Also-
on Sunday too, but I know everybody comes out for me, but
I know
we got
the
other
true
panel
star of the
members,
show.
but
I'm-
so
hey,
strictly
one final
want to
thing.
validate my parking.
One final note, just a quick announcement. Like as I said at the top of the show, on Friday night, right here on the channel, I'm going to be sharing my top 10 picks for Silver Surfer comics that you should be picking up right now. So I hope that that's going to help you guys. I was really excited to learn about the Jim Lee Ash Can, so I've got my eye open on that one. But there's plenty more books for every budget level, so make sure to tune back in here. Thanks again for joining us tonight, and thanks to our panel. Another fun night, and we will see you guys next week, 10 p.m. Central, right here on Carlos Collects Comics.
So
have
if
a
you
great
don't
night.
see Strictly, you know why.
Mhm.